Before the noise starts, before your phone begins to glow, before the world asks for a part of you, there exists a sacred window of time, a window where you get to decide your mental state before the world makes that decision for you. Most people open their eyes and instantly bring yesterday's anxieties into the calm of today. They hurry, they check their screens, they lose sight of the fact that the very first voice they encounter is their own. Yet in Buddhism, the morning hours are not merely a routine. They represent a doorway, an opportunity to clear your mind, to come back to the present, to reconnect with your inner truth. And the language you use with yourself during these initial quiet moments, it sets the direction for your whole day. Your thoughts give shape to your energy gives shape to your reality. So today, we start with awareness, with strength, with calm. Here are 5 powerful things you must say to yourself every morning. Number 1, I am here. I am alive. This moment is enough. In Buddhism, the most powerful realization is straightforward. Now is everything you possess. The past has disappeared. It cannot be altered. The future has not yet come. It cannot be grasped. What you do possess is this very breath, this very instant. And that is the place where your peace resides. When you first wake up in the morning, resist the impulse to grab your phone right away, to dwell on what you left unfinished yesterday, or to worry about what might unfold today. Instead, sit up gently. Place your feet softly on the ground. Notice the air against your skin. Notice your chest expanding and contracting. Put one hand over your heart and whisper to yourself with sincerity and tenderness, I am here. I am alive. This moment is enough. This declaration is not simply a string of words. It is a reset. It signifies that I do not need to be in any other place right now. It signifies that whatever yesterday took away from me, today brings me something fresh. It signifies that I do not have to repair everything. I only need to be present for what stands before me. Sometimes our pain does not stem from reality itself. It stems from the mind racing forward or pulling us backward. But this practice, this small ritual of anchoring yourself in the present, quiets the storm. It draws you away from fear and brings you into awareness, into stillness. You do not have to wait for the flawless morning, the flawless body, the flawless career, or flawless people surrounding you to feel thankful. If you are breathing, you are fortunate. If your eyes open today, that indicates your purpose has not ended. You still have time. And that time starts now. So begin your day not with anxiety, but with presence. This single moment, this simple breath, is where your strength originates. This moment is enough, and so are you. Number 2, nothing outside me can disturb my peace unless I allow it. One of the most profound lessons of Buddhism is that genuine peace does not arise from the external world. It arises from within. This indicates that no matter how chaotic, loud, or negative the outer world gets, it cannot reach the tranquility inside you unless you grant it permission. Every morning, remind yourself of this powerful reality. Nothing outside me can disturb my peace unless I allow it. Why does this matter? Because the world will always deliver challenges. People will let you down. Situations will create frustration. Unexpected events will occur. But peace is not the lack of difficulties. It is the capacity to remain calm within the difficulty. You might hear someone speak negatively about you. You might encounter traffic, pressure at work, or a tough conversation. But here is the secret. Those circumstances do not cause your suffering. Your response to them does. And the instant you understand, you can select your response. You reclaim your power. This morning declaration is like protective armor. It readies your mind to stay grounded, no matter what the day delivers. Rather than allowing minor things to spoil your mood, you can stop, breathe, and say quietly to yourself, I choose peace over reaction. This does not mean you become inactive. It does not mean you overlook problems or act as if everything is fine. It means you respond from a place of calm, not chaos, from clarity, not anger, from awareness, not emotional impulse. Buddhism instructs that when you control your inner world, the outer world holds no power over you. So every morning, plant this seed in your consciousness. I am not a victim of circumstances. I am the protector of my peace. And whenever life tests you, because it will, come back to this reality. Peace is already inside you. No one can take it unless you surrender it. Number 3. I will treat myself with kindness, not judgment. Every day, you talk to yourself more than any other voice you will hear. Yet so often, that inner voice is severe, critical, and unmerciful. In Buddhism, self-compassion is just as essential as compassion for others. When you start your morning by stating, I will treat myself with kindness, not judgment, you plant a seed that blossoms into a more patient, understanding mind. Picture waking up and instantly replaying yesterday's errors. Every stumble, every wrong word, every time you wished you had behaved differently. That relentless self-criticism burdens your heart and robs your peace before the day even gets going. Instead, pause, take a deep breath, place your hand on your chest, feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath. Recognize that you are human, with human flaws. Then remind yourself, I will treat myself with kindness, not judgment. This is not a hollow phrase. It is an invitation to transform how you relate to your own experiences. When you slip up, whether you speak harshly to someone, miss a deadline, or simply feel anxious for no clear reason, you might be tempted to criticize yourself. Why could you not do better? How could you be so foolish? But in Buddhism, the path of mindfulness shows that every mistake is a chance to learn, not a reason to feel ashamed. By talking to yourself as you would to a cherished friend, you create space for growth. You might acknowledge, yes, I made an error, but I can learn from it. I am still worthy of love and respect. That gentleness transforms obstacles into lessons and fear into curiosity. You can start by noticing when self-judgment appears throughout your day. The moment you think, I am not good enough, or I should not feel this way, every time you catch that thought, take a breath and intentionally replace it with something kinder. I am doing my best. Or, it is okay to feel nervous right now. Over time, this rewiring of thought patterns calms the inner critic. You will find yourself reacting less to external pressures because your internal environment is more supportive. Another way to cultivate kindness is through a brief morning ritual. After you say, I will treat myself with kindness, not judgment, close your eyes and visualize sending warmth to your own heart. Picture a soft, glowing light spreading from your chest to every corner of your body. As you breathe in, think, may I be safe. As you breathe out, think, may I be at ease. Even a minute of this self-compassion meditation in the morning sets the tone for how you treat yourself the rest of the day. Finally, remember that Buddhist teachers have always emphasized that compassion starts at home. If you cannot offer yourself kindness, it becomes difficult to genuinely offer it to others. By choosing kindness over judgment each morning, you strengthen the foundation of empathy, both inwardly and outwardly. You become better equipped to listen deeply to others' struggles, to respond with gentleness, and to walk through life with a heart that seeks connection rather than perfection. In essence, every time you remind yourself, I will treat myself with kindness, not judgment, you are declaring that your worth does not depend on flawless performance or constant achievement. You are saying that as a sentient being who breathes, you deserve compassion unconditionally. That mindset unlocks a calmer, more resilient you, capable of facing life's ups and downs without being dragged down by internal criticism. Number 4. Everything I need is already within me. In Buddhism, one of the most profound realizations is that true fulfillment does not come from chasing external things, wealth, approval, or fleeting pleasures. but from discovering the innate wisdom and compassion that lie inside each of us. When you begin your morning by reminding yourself, "Everything I need is already within me," you set the tone for a day rooted in self-trust, self-reliance, and deep inner peace. Picture waking up and immediately feeling a knot of lack in your gut. Worry about not having enough money, not having enough friends, or not being successful enough. That sense of not enough can become a constant companion if you allow it. But Buddhism teaches that this feeling of emptiness is an illusion created by the mind's craving and attachment. In truth, you are not hollow or insufficient. Within your heart and mind already reside compassion, creativity, resilience, and clarity. Your task is simply to turn your attention inward and recognize these qualities. To understand this, let us use a simple analogy. Envision a lantern covered by a layer of dust. The lantern's capacity to shine has always been there. Its light is not weaker just because the dust temporarily blocks it. Similarly, your potential and inner resources are always present, even if habits of doubt or external distractions have obscured them. When you say, "Everything I need is already within me," you are committing to wipe away layers of shoulds, worries, and comparison. You are giving yourself permission to trust that, just like that lantern, your true light is shining beneath the surface. Practically, how can you tap into this hidden reservoir? Each morning, start with a few minutes of mindful reflection. Sit quietly, place your hands gently on your lap or heart, and breathe deeply. As you inhale, feel your body awakening. As you exhale, let go of any immediate desire for something outside yourself, perhaps thinking, "I do not need to please everyone today," or "I do not need validation from likes or comments to feel worthy." Remind yourself, all I need, strength, clarity, compassion, exists within this breath. Next, consider the qualities you admire in others, kindness, courage, creativity, and know that those very qualities also live inside you, even if they are sometimes hidden. When you face a challenge, instead of immediately looking around for advice, pause and say, "I already have the wisdom to handle this. I can draw upon my past experiences, my intuition, and my ability to stay calm." This does not mean you refuse help when genuinely needed. Rather, it means you first check inside before assuming you lack what is required. Another practical exercise is to keep a small gratitude journal by your bedside. Each morning, write one sentence, acknowledging a quality you possess. "I am patient enough to listen deeply," or "I am resourceful enough to find a solution," or "I am compassionate enough to forgive myself and others." By consistently noting these internal strengths, you train your mind to notice evidence of your inner wealth. Over time, you will realize that the outside resources, praise, material comfort, or external success are bonuses rather than necessities. In Buddhist teachings, recognizing innate wholeness is also linked to overcoming suffering. The moment you fully accept, "I have what I need," you stop the endless loop of craving. Craving for more achievements, craving for more possessions, craving for more attention. That craving is the source of stress and dissatisfaction. You break the cycle by acknowledging that sufficiency is found within. When you truly believe that, you transform your relationship with the world. Instead of grasping, you give. Instead of wanting, you share. And in that sharing, your own sense of abundance only grows stronger. Finally, be gentle with yourself on this path. If on a particular morning you still feel a sense of lack, remember that Buddhism does not demand perfection. Remind yourself, "I am learning." Even the recognition of your lack is a step toward awakening. Then, breathe and say again, "Everything I need is already within me." This repetition is not a rote phrase. It is an invitation to rewire your habitual beliefs. With practice, you will notice that your inner reservoir is richer than you ever imagined. You will move through your day knowing that no matter what happens externally, good or bad, your center remains intact. And that center is your true source of fulfillment, wisdom, and peace. Number 5. Let me be the cause of peace today. In Buddhism, the highest goal is not simply to find peace for oneself, but to become a living embodiment of peace that positively influences everyone and everything around you. When you wake up and quietly speak to yourself, "Let me be the cause of peace today," you are making a profound commitment. You will not only protect your own inner calm, but you will also consciously radiate that calm wherever you go. This simple, powerful intention transforms every interaction, from the smallest glance with a stranger to the most complicated conversation with a loved one, into an opportunity to share serenity. Imagine starting your day fully aware that every word you speak, every action you take, and every thought you hold has the potential either to spread peace or to sow tension. If you send your child off to school with a rushed, "Hurry up," the anxiety you carry can permeate their morning. If you respond to a co-worker's question with impatience, you contribute to the stress cycle. But what if, instead, you moved through each moment with deliberate mindfulness, smiling genuinely when greeting the barista, answering questions with a soft, calm tone, and choosing silence over sharp words? That is how you become the cause of peace. To put this into practice each morning, follow these steps. First, sit quietly for a few breaths right after waking. Feel your body settling, the subtle sensations of your heartbeat and breath. As your mind begins to stir with the day's to-do list, gently remind yourself, "Let me be the cause of peace." Visualize your heart as a gentle lantern whose light can softly illuminate the world around you. Even if your day ahead involves traffic jams, demanding deadlines, or stressful conversations, envision your inner light acting like a buffer, softening friction and inspiring calm energy wherever it touches. Next, cultivate a moment of gratitude. Think of 3 simple things you appreciate. Perhaps the warmth of your bed in the morning, the taste of fresh water, or the song of birds outside your window. Recognizing these small blessings deepens your own sense of peace and reminds you that life's fundamental textures, breath, warmth, sunlight, are already harmonious. This harmony is not limited, it naturally expands outward. From that point, any person you meet absorbs a fraction of this calm. Throughout your day, practice what Buddhists call loving kindness, metta. When you encounter someone you know, or a complete stranger, pause for a brief moment. As you make eye contact or pass by, silently wish, "May you be safe, may you be happy, may you be at peace." These are not empty words. Each time you do this, you connect with the shared humanity in both yourself and the other person, reminding you that everyone longs for safety and happiness just as you do. This simple internal practice gradually trains your mind to see each person through a lens of compassion rather than judgment. If you notice yourself becoming irritated, perhaps a message pops up demanding your attention, or a line at the grocery store moves slowly, take a full, conscious breath. Rather than reacting with frustration, remember your morning intention. Ask yourself, "How can I respond calmly instead of reacting with tension?" Sometimes it is as simple as smiling and closing your eyes for a quick count to 3. Other times, it may mean respectfully speaking up and explaining your point without raising your voice. When your usual response is peace, even difficult situations become chances to show calm behavior to others. Another way to live this intention is by choosing actions that ease, not add, stress. If a friend is upset, truly listen. Do not interrupt, judge, or try to fix things. Your quiet, caring presence may be the support they need more than any solution. If you see litter on the street or notice someone struggling with bags, step in to help. These small acts of kindness spread out, reminding both you and the people you help that peace and compassion are valuable to share. As your day ends, reflect on the times when you brought peace into the world, and also note when you did not. Without harsh self-judgment, gently remind yourself, tomorrow I will continue to be a source of calm. In Buddhism, this practice builds not just self-awareness, but also connection, understanding that your inner state impacts the world around you. When your words and actions reflect calm, you help create a sense of ease in others, who then carry that peace into their own lives, creating a chain of peaceful influence. Choosing to be the cause of peace means living with purpose and awareness from the moment you wake until you go to sleep. It means remembering that in every thought, choice, and breath, there is a chance to share the gentle power of your heart. By setting your morning intention, let me be the cause of peace today, with consistent, caring action, you become a living example of Buddhist wisdom. Peace starts inside and spreads outward, touching lives in ways you may never fully see, but always deeply feel. As you close your eyes each night and prepare for sleep, take a moment to revisit these 5 truths you have practiced throughout your day. I am here. I am alive. This moment is enough. Nothing outside me can disturb my peace unless I let it. I will treat myself with kindness, not judgment. Everything I need is already within me. Let me be the cause of peace today. These words are not just things to say. They are milestones on the path of awakening to your own heart. Every time you leaned into presence, you reminded yourself that the greatest gift of life is this very breath. Each moment you chose inner calm over outer chaos, you shifted from being controlled by circumstances to being guided by mindfulness. By practicing self-compassion instead of harsh self-criticism, you created a kinder space in your mind. And by recognizing the abundance already within you, you loosened the grip of craving and insecurity. Lastly, by choosing to radiate peace, even in small moments, you became a living example of compassion, sending that grace outward in subtle but powerful ways. Remember, Buddhism teaches that transformation unfolds slowly, like the gradual bloom of a lotus. You will not perfect these practices in one day. You will not wake up completely peaceful, eternally kind, and perfectly centered. But each time you return to these morning affirmations, you clear away some of the mental clutter that holds you back. Each repetition builds a new neural pathway, presence over distraction, inner peace over reaction, kindness over judgment, trust over doubt, and compassionate action over indifference. If you notice your mind drifting or old habits sneaking back, like impatience in traffic, self-doubt at work, or tension during a hard conversation, take a pause, close your eyes if possible. Place a hand on your chest and breathe. Remind yourself of one of those 5 truths. I am here, or nothing outside me, or I will treat myself with kindness. Every return to awareness resets your inner compass. Over time, you will realize these morning words become living intentions, not just things to memorize. They become the quiet foundation for every choice you make. As you continue with this ongoing awareness, you awaken to the freedom of a mind no longer trapped by fear, craving, or self-judgment. Instead, your mind becomes an instrument of compassion, a source of calm, and a place where wisdom naturally arises. So tomorrow morning, before the world demands your attention, revisit these truths.